Match each of the following statements to one of the tables and one of the sketch graphs below. So we have been given these tables K, L, M, N, and the statements are A, B, C, D. So the statements, I'll read them out. The first statement A is y is directly proportional to x. B, y is directly proportional to the square of x. Y is directly proportional to the cube of x, let's see, and D is y is directly proportional to the square root of x. So we have to find which of these tables match these statements and which of these graphs go with them. That's what we are supposed to find out. So the first one is telling us that y is directly proportional to x. So this should be quite straightforward, at least in terms of the graph, because we know very well that if y is directly proportional to x, the graph you would get is a straight line graph, and then the rate of change of x would be same as the rate of change of y. So this is obviously this graph. This is what it is, it's obviously A. Now which of these tables will it represent? So if y is directly proportional to x, it also means y equals kx if k is a proportionality constant, and so k would be y out of x is k. So we have to find which of these tables y out of x is a constant. So let me see, start with, it looks like it's L. So let me have a go at this, that if you have y out of x, you get 2 out of 4, and that is half. Then if you do also, that equals, if you did y out of x equals 10 out of 20, and that also is half. So it is L. So it's A and L. So we've done one. The next one would be B, that is saying y is directly proportional to the square of x. So what that means is y is directly proportional to x square. So we can write y equals k times x square, or y out of x square should be constant. That's k. So if I pick one, y out of x square, so let me pick m. Is that working? So y out of x square will give, if I write y out of x square, that will give 20 out of 2 square, that is 4. And then that should equal, that would equal 5. And then if I do the 125 out of 5 out of x square, so this will be 25, I also get 5. So this is matching M. So B and M go together. B and M go together. Which of these graphs would go with it? So you see the equation for this would be, the constant is 5, so y equals 5x square. So when you see y equals 5x square, the graph that satisfies this is obviously this graph. This is the graph that satisfies y equals 5x square. So if I y equals 5x square, so that is M and B. So B and M go here. So you've got 2 of them. So the other 2, the third one, it tells us y is directly proportional to the cube of x. So once again, what this means is y is directly proportional to x cube. So that's the cube of x. So what we can write is y equals k x cube. So if that is the case, that would mean y out of x cubed should be the constant k. So we've already filled in for L and M. So what that would see, let's look at k. So y out of x cubed, if I write that equals y is 10 out of x cubed is 1, and that's 10. And again, if I say 270 is y, and x cube is 3 times 3, 3 cube, so that is 270 out of 27, and that also equals 10. So in this case, k is 10, and that means the equation would be y equals 10x cube. So it's k, and y equals 10x cube is most likely to be this one, that is y equals 10x cube. And so we can say that it is C and K fit here. So I have got 3 of them. So it's obvious what the last one is going to be. Y is directly proportional to the square root of x. So obviously it is this one. And of course the table will be this one, 25, this one, n. But we can check. So y equals square root of x. So we can write, not equal, sorry, y is directly proportional. So y equals k times square root of x. And that means it's going to be y divided by the square root of x equals k. So let us look at the one that is remaining, which is remaining for us. It's n, isn't it? So if it is y, that would mean y out of square root of x would give 4 divided by square root of x, that's 2. And then if we do the same for the next one, that is 10 divided by square root of x, that is 5, and we also get 2. So you see that this one equals y equals k equals 2, so it will be 2 square root of x. And for this equation, the graph that fits in is obviously this. So it's going to be d and n. So this is going to be d and n. And I think that answers our question. So what we got is, so we can see A and L, B and M, and we see that it is C and K, and it is D and N.